Hi, you are highly welcome to UK Dynamics Media. In this tutorial, we are going to continue with the tools that are used in Adobe Photoshop. In our previous tutorial, we tackled the tools that are found from here up to here. And in this tutorial, I'm going to continue with the tools that are found from here right up to here. So without wasting much time, let's get started. We are starting with the crop tool. The crop tool trims or expands the edges of an image. So as you can see, or as we all know, can just left click and hold, drag, or can come here, left click, drag. If this dimensions or this crop suits me, or this is what I want, I can just go ahead, come here and tick, and it will be cropped for you. So simple and amazing. Just press Ctrl Z to undo, and we are moving to the next tool. The next tool on the list is the perspective crop tool. The perspective crop tool crops an image to correct distortions caused by perspective. So I can just left click and drag. Over here, I can just decide to left click on this point and then cause some distortions. I can just left click here, cause some distortions. After you are done, if this is what you want, when you tick here, it's going to take that dimensions and spread it out for you to fit the crop. So just click on this and just crop it and spread it out for you. It's pretty nice. Let's move. Press Ctrl Z to undo, and let's move to our next tool. Our next tool is the slice tool. The slice tool cuts an image into smaller sections, and it is suitable for web designs. It's suitable for web design. So I can just left click, and then I can left click again. I'll just cut my image into smaller sections, any number of smaller sections that you want. The slice tool basically moves with the slice select tool. So I can go ahead, left click, and select the slice select tool. And what the slice select tool does is that the slice select tool moves and resizes slices of an image. So with the slice select tool, I can just left click. I can just move my section here. I can just move this section right here, or I can just expand my section. So basically, that's the use of the slice select tool, which mostly moves with the slice tool. Let me undo. And then let's move to the next tool. Okay, our next tool is the frame tool. And I would like to change the image. So let me use this image right here. Let me click cancel. Let me use this right here. And with the frame tool, what the frame tool does is that it creates placeholder frames for images. So I can just left click and drag like this. Sorry. Press Ctrl Z to undo. I can just left click and drag like this, and I can just go drag. I can just go right here, drag and drop an image. So I can just drag and drop this image here. It's still processing. Yeah, and I can go and take my move tool. I can just transform it anyhow I want it. Like this. Anyhow I want it to be. After you are done, if you are satisfied with this, you just come here and tick. So basically, that's the use of the frame tool. It creates placeholder frames for images. So you can press Ctrl Z to undo. Okay. Our next tool is the eyedropper tool. I would like to change the image. What the eyedropper tool does is that the eyedropper tool samples colors from an image. What it basically does is that it samples colors from an image. So I can just sample this color, and as you see right here, the color I sampled has been set as the foreground color. Or if I don't want, I can just double click on the foreground here, and then this will appear. So with the help of the eyedropper tool, I can sample any color that I want. I can sample any color that I want. Any color at all. And after you are done, just come and click OK. So basically, that's what the the eyedropper tool does. It samples colors from an image. Let's move to the next tool. The next tool is 3D material eyedropper tool. Currently, we are not dealing with any 3D material, so let's skip it and go to the color sampler tool. The color sampler tool. The color sampler tool displays values for color in an image. So what it does is that it displays values for color in an image. So when just with a single click, if I click here, it will display the values of the color I selected right here. So the RGB values, it will just display it for you. So basically that's the use of the color sampler tool. Let's move to the next tool. Ctrl Z to undo. The next tool on the list is the ruler tool. The next tool is the ruler tool. The ruler tool measures distances and angles in an image. So I can just decide to measure the distance. With the help of the ruler tool, I can just left click, drag, 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 and come here. So as you can see, the ruler tool measures the distance and angles in an image. So if you come right here, this is the distance. That is 1330.78 pixels, and the angle is 45.2 degrees. That's it for the ruler tool. Let's move to the next tool, which is the note tool. And I would like to change my image for my document. What the note tool does is basically the note tool creates text notes that you can attach to an image or file. So if I want to create a text note for this, I'll just click here and this one would appear. Assuming I want to create a text like boss, I just type boss and I come right here, just click on it. So anyone who comes, or if you come and you just click on this, you see that the boss will appear. So the note tool creates text notes that you can attach to an image or a file. Basically, that's the use of the note tool. So let's move to the next tool. Control Z to undo. And then the next one on the list is the count tool. Count tool. The count tool counts the number of objects in an image. So it's so simple. It basically counts the number of objects in an image. So assuming I want to count my seniors right here, I can just come here. The marker size is too small for me, so I can just increase it. 10 is the maximum, and then I can just decide to maybe increase the label size. And you can change the color if you want. Maybe I want to use this color. Just click OK. So assuming I want to count my seniors right here, you can, with the help of the count tool, I can just click, single click, and just be counting them for you. Assuming maybe you don't want this color, if you want to change the color for the count, you can just click here and change the color. That's it. Basically, that's the use of the count tool. Let me undo. Okay. Let's move to the next tool. The next tool is the spot healing brush tool. The spot healing brush tool. The spot healing brush tool removes marks and blemishes. It removes marks and blemishes. Removes marks and blemishes. So, assuming I want to do away with this skull right here, can just left click, drag over, and release. And it will do away with the skull. It will just remove it. It's so magical. That's the use of the spot healing brush tool. Or let's try this one too. Just left click and drag over it. And you just take it off. You just remove it completely. Or if you want to change the size, here, you can just increase or decrease your size. So I want to increase my size. I can just do it here. And your size, as you can see, it has been increased for you. So just left click, drag over it, release, and just do away with it. So basically, that's the use of the spot healing brush tool. Just undo, press Ctrl Z to undo. And then let's move to our next tool. The next tool is the healing brush tool. The healing brush tool. The healing brush tool repairs imperfections using pixels from another part of the image. It repairs imperfections using pixels from another part of the image. So assuming I want to replace this skulls right here with the face of this image, just hold Alt on your keyboard and click. It will sample it for you. And as you drag over it, left click and drag over, and it will replace it for you. Left click and drag over it. Left click and you drag over, and it will replace the skulls with what you sampled, the image that you sampled. Once you drag over it, it will just replace it with it for you. It's a magical image. Pretty nice. It's pretty cool. So let's press Ctrl Z to undo. Okay. Let's move to the next tool. Our next tool is the patch tool. The patch tool. The patch tool replaces a selected area using a pattern or pixels from another part of the image. It replaces a selected area using a pattern or pixels from another part of the image. So, assuming left click and select this car right here. and I can come here. We have for the patch tool, we have source and then destination. So if you come here and select source, the source will just help you replace the selected area with anything you drag your cursor over. So after I have selected my source, come here and click on the source for it to be selected, and then left click, and you can just anywhere you drag your cursor over, it will replace the selected area with that image you are dragging over, like that. It's very nice. It has totally replaced it for me, and I can press Ctrl D to deselect. And as you can see, it has replaced the skull with this image. It's a very nice tool. Okay, can press Ctrl Z to undo. And then let's move to our next tool. Our next tool, with the path tool, we are done with the source. Excuse me. I'm sorry for that. I nearly forgot the destination. I only explained the source, so let me explain the destination. After I'm done with the selection, I come right here and click on the destination. And what the destination does is that it copies. The source it replaces and the destination copies. So come here, left click, drag, 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 drag. Say it will copy the selection for you as seen here. It will just copy the selection, and then you can press Ctrl D to deselect. And we see that it has replaced or copied your selected area or your selected image or object for you, as nice as you can see. Press Ctrl Z to undo. And then let's move to our next tool, which is the Content Aware Move tool. The Content Aware Move tool. The Content Aware Move tool selects and moves part of an image and automatically fills the area left behind. It selects and moves part of an image and automatically fills the area left behind. So assuming make a selection, left click and make a selection right here. With the help of the Content Aware tool, click and drag, and then after you take, it will just, the original selection or the original image here will disappear. You should just move it, and then the original image will disappear. So as you press Ctrl D to deselect, you can see that the original image which was here has been moved or has totally disappeared. That's the use of the Content Aware Move tool. It selects and moves part of an image and automatically fills the area left behind. So as you can see, the area here has been filled. There is nothing there anymore. So let's undo and move to the next tool. The next tool is the red eye tool. The red eye tool. The red eye tool fixes the red eye effect caused by a camera flash. I would like to change my image right here. Let me zoom in. You can press Control and plus to zoom in. As you can see, this is the red eye effect caused by a camera flash. So with the help of the red eye tool, you can fix those red eye effects on the eyes of the image. So you can just place it on the eye, single click. As you can see, the red eye is off. Just click and just remove the red eyes for you. As you can see, it has fixed all the red eyes in the image for you. It's quite magical and it's pretty cool. So that's it. In order not to make the tutorial so long and boring, we will end here. And in our next tutorial, we're going to continue from the brush tool. Please, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, subscribe and hit on the notification bell in order to receive notifications of any video that we upload. Let me know in the comment section which of the two so far is your favorite. Thank you very much and have a blessed moment.